Hi, myself, I'm R.Bhushan. Welcome to the program The Great Bharat and the Great People. Good evening, Honorable Prime Minister Ji. This is the program for you and for the people of our nation. It will cover your per day efforts for the betterment of the nation and suggestion for you so that we can make this country more glorious in the whole world. Before starting the program, I would like to read the preamble of our constitution. हम भारत के लोग भारत को एक संपूर्ण प्रभुत्व संपन्न समाजवादी पंथ निरपेक्ष लोकतंत्रात्मक गणराज्य बनाने के लिए तथा उसके समस्त नागरिकों को सामाजिक आर्थिक और राजनीतिक न्याय विचार अभिव्यक्ति विश्वास धर्म और उपासना की स्वतंत्रता प्रतिष्ठा और अवसर की समता प्राप्त कराने के लिए तथा उन सब में व्यक्ति की गरिमा और राष्ट्र की एकता और अखंडता सुनिश्चित करने वाली बंधुता बढ़ाने के लिए दृढ़ संकल्प होकर अपनी संविधान सभा में आज तारीख 26 नवंबर 1949 ईस्वी मिति मार्ग शीर्ष शुक्ला सप्तमी संवत 2006 विक्रमी को एतद द्वारा इस संविधान को अंगीकृत अधिनियमित और आत्मर्पित करते हैं. And this is my humble request to Honorable Prime Minister, Supreme Court and President that preamble, fundamental rights, fundamental duties and directive principle of state policy must be displayed on each and every public places. And sir, one more request is this one. There should be a 6-month training, military training to each and everyone for the discipline, honesty and character. And sir, one more thing. For MP and MLA, there should be a small examination those who are going to contest for election. So suggestion is this one. My suggestion is this one. At least there should be a graduation. A person who is going to contest for MP and MLA must be graduate. Second, he should pass a small exam. It's very important. The photograph I am going to show you, that is the earthworms, the soil ecosystem engineers. Earthworms have always been regarded as a friends of the farmer because they have very positive effect on the physical, chemical and biological parameters of the soil. They consume large quantities of organic litter or waste and convert them into a manure which is used as a valuable compost known as vermicompost, 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 vermicompost. Their importance in nutrient cycling, soil structure, soil health, including soil fertility, productivity, agriculture, and their application in organic waste management is well established. An earthworm is a tube-shaped, segmented worm found in the phylum Annelida. It is up to 36 centimeter long and weighs up to 11 gram. So the most important news, most important fact of today's are most of the fact from Hindu newspaper. NIIST's photoluminescent ink shows good photostability. The ink retains over 70% photoluminescence intensity at the end of 1 month. Using a novel approach, researchers at the National Institute for Interdisciplinary Science and Technology CSIR NIIST Thiruvananthapuram have formulated a fast-drying fluorescent ink that retains over 70% photoluminescent intensity even at the end of the 1 month. There was a 26% drop in the emission intensity within 1 hour of printing using the ink containing the fluorescent dye and further drop of 2% in 2 hours. But no reduction in the emission intensity was seen after 3 hours. What derives flowering fruiting in Sikkim's rhododendrons? Rhododendrons, temperature and their length may play an important role. Neems are the blooming and mango trees fruiting in many parts of India now. But what determines such a seasonal changes, at least in the Sikkim Himalayan temperature, the length and genetic tenderness between the species determine when rhododendrons put their first buds, flowers and fruits, finds a new study. Interest in the tree phenology, the timing of biological events such as flowering and fruiting has increased after climate change has been shown to alter it, especially of plants in high altitude. But what biotic factors play a role in such changes, and do closely related tree species respond similarly to them? To find out, researchers at Ashoka Trust for the Research in Ecology and Environment, including Sweta Basnet, studied rhododendrons tree in subalpine and alpine forest between 3,400 to 4,230 meters above sea level in Sikkim's Kyongnoshola Alpine Sanctuary. Kyongnoshola Alpine Sanctuary. Kyongnoshola Alpine Sanctuary. Kyongnoshala Alpine Sanctuary. Kyongnoshola Alpine Sanctuary. Kyongnoshola Alpine Sanctuary. मैं इसको क्यों पढ़ता हूँ again and again? Because I want that you should repeat also. Kyongnoshola Alpine Sanctuary. The next most important fact is most of the topic is related to science and technology. Great Indian hornbills can adapt to modify habitat study. The birds could adapt to plantation provided food. Nesting requirement were met. Amid a changing environment with natural homes of the birds getting depleted as natural forests make way for plantation and other such modified terrain, comes the good news of how the great Indian hornbill, Bius bicornis adapt to such changes. A group of researchers from the NCBSTI affair in Bangalore and Nature Conservation Foundation in Mysuru observed 8 hornbill nests, 3 located in the contiguous forest and 5 located in modified habitats such as coffee plantation. They found that the birds followed similar nesting behavior but adapted to changed environment. The study published in the journal Ornithological Science. Oh, mariculture. Mariculture is an important for India as agriculture. Mariculture is an important for India as agriculture. Mariculture. About 37% of the area of the entire world in agricultural and a third of which, about 11%, is used for crops. And as the population of the world rises to 9.7 billion people in 30 years, the land available for crops will reduce. Therefore, there is an immediate need to try and improve the efficiency of food production. Experts predict that agriculture yield must increase 50% between now and 2050. How to do this is the question facing agricultural scientists across the world. Plants use sunlight to produce energy for their metabolism and food production. This is referred to as a photosynthesis, wherein the sunlight is used to make energy-rich molecules needed for producing food molecules. However, the efficiency of photosynthesis is rather low, just about 5% in the most land crops. Most efficient land crop with 8% average in sugarcane, which is not all edible except for the sugar in it. If only we can increase the efficiency of crops such as wheat, rice and other grains. One such attempt is through the project RIPE, that is RIPE, realizing increased photosynthetic efficiency, undertaken by a group of scientists at the University of Illinois at Urbana-Champaign in the US, supported by the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. For some detailed access to Catherine Bourget in MIT Technology Review, August 14, 2017. And the last most important news is the last of the elusive pangolins. Demand for scales in China has made it nearly extinct. Obsession for its supposedly medicinal scale in China is believed to have made the ant-eating Chinese pangolin one of the 2 species found in the Southeast extinct in India. The pangolin is the most trafficked mammal in the world, though hunted for its meat across the northeastern states and in central India. The demand for its scales in China has made it the most critically endangered animal in less than a decade. On World Pangolin Day, wildlife experts mourn the possible extinction of the Chinese pangolin in the northeast and the likelihood of the Indian pangolin found elsewhere in India of being wiped out in a decade or so. The third Saturday of February is observed as the day of the scaly nocturnal anteater, which activists say is an animal very few, even forest officials, know about it. Pangolin's tongue is longer than its body. It can consume 70 million ants a year. Pangolins have no teeth. They chew with gravel and keratinous spines inside the stomach. They close their ears and nostrils to keep insects out. The animal marks its territories with urine, feces, and stinky secretion from a special gland. Baby pangolins are carried on their mother's back and tail. Scales made of keratin, like human nails and hair, comprise about 20% of pangolins' body weight. There are 8 pangolin species, 4 in Africa and Asia, and 2 of them are in India. Before ending the program, I would like to read some of the important thing about Zig Ziglar book, that is Top Performance, How to Perform Top, a formula for success, a formula for success. I think you will agree that responsibility of your unit, whether it is you and one person or you and 100 other people, is to function together for a common cause or purpose. Unquestionably, the 1984 Olympics held in Los Angeles were a great triumph. One of the primary reasons was Peter Oubre, the man in charge. Manager Mr. Oubre was successful according to many of those who worked closely with him, because he made everyone believe they were involved in a cause that was bigger than individual. The way he involved everyone in his cause was by using excellent people skill. He developed a team spirit and had everyone working together for the same end result. You can do the same thing with smaller or larger units by understanding a simple formula for success. Understanding a simple formula for success. Much has less written and said about team efforts. It's important for the family, for the athletic team, for the workplace. Recently, a friend of mine was discussing a basketball team for which his sons played. The team was functioning quite well early in the season. There were no superstars on the board, but they had learned considerable discipline and a series of plays which were enabling them to beat teams which actually had greater individual talent. They had a good record. Then the 2 guys who had been ineligible regained their eligibility and joined the team at the change of the semester. As individuals, these 2 guys were bigger, stronger, faster, and better shooters, but unfortunately they did not have the discipline, nor that they knew the place. So, discipline is very important in every part of life. Discipline is very important part of the life. The net result was that they had the talent. They actually were liabilities instead of asset to the team. Important point. They were liabilities because the coach did not have the courage to keep them on the bench until they learned the plays and developed the discipline to function as the team members instead of individual talent. That coach, manager, let himself, his team, his supporters, and the 2 individuals down. So it's important is you must have a discipline. Cooperation must earn, not demanded. So it's very important that cooperation and discipline needed to become a great manager. So thank you very much to watch my program. Wish you all the best and good luck. Good luck.